love the Eagles as much as we do, then hit that subscribe button and stick with us at Eagles Nest News for all the drama, updates, and hype all season long. From the very moment TYREEK Hill's name was linked with the Philadelphia Eagles, whispers started circulating in the NFL circles that this could be more than just another headline. It might actually reshape the trajectory of the franchise for years to come. Fans, analysts, and even casual observers have begun to speculate that the acquisition of Hill is not just a strategic maneuver, but a bold statement of intent from the Eagles management. The speed, agility, and game-changing talent that Hill brings to the table are undeniable, but it is the timing, the context, and the sheer audacity of the signing that makes it so monumental. In a league where championships are won not just through talent, but through calculated risks, Hill's arrival injects a new energy into the Eagles' offensive schemes. Some insiders suggest that this move signals a pivot toward a more aggressive, high-octane approach, one that could exploit every defensive vulnerability in the league. Others argue that Hill's presence alone could elevate the performance of his teammates, pushing quarterbacks, linemen, and fellow receivers to exceed their own perceived limits. The murmurs of excitement are palpable, and social media platforms are ablaze with highlights, speculations, and enthusiastic debates about what this means for the franchise's future trajectory in the coming seasons. As the Eagles officially announced the signing, the reactions range from sheer disbelief to euphoric celebration among the fan base, as if a collective realization dawned upon them that the organization had just secured a generational talent. Analysts dissected every nuance of the deal, from cap implications to draft picks, while coaches publicly praised Hill's work ethic and unmatched explosiveness on the field. The narrative quickly transformed from a routine acquisition into a defining moment in franchise history, sparking comparisons to previous iconic signings that had altered the NFL landscape. Fans flooded forums and sports networks with memes, videos, and discussions, projecting scenarios where Hill could single-handedly shift the balance in tight games or pull off electrifying plays that would echo for decades. The sheer speed with which Hill adapts to new systems is legendary, making the transition into Philadelphia's playbook appear seamless in projections. Even skeptics who initially questioned the long-term impact due to injury concerns or fit began revisiting their assumptions, forced to acknowledge that a player of Hill's caliber rarely becomes available. The collective buzz isn't just about one athlete. It's about the implications for the team, the strategy, and the culture, creating an atmosphere reminiscent of championship aspirations finally taking tangible form in the city of Philadelphia. Whispers of the biggest signing in Eagles history began circulating not just among the local press, but across national sports outlets, each attempting to quantify the impact of Hill's arrival. His explosive speed, precise route running, and ability to transform a single play into a highlight reel are unmatched, raising the question of whether the team's offensive philosophy might now revolve around his capabilities. Debates emerge about how this signing could influence draft strategies, game day tactics, and even fan engagement, with some predicting record-breaking attendance and merchandise sales as soon as the season kicks off. Inside sources hint at an internal shift in locker room dynamics, suggesting that Hill's leadership qualities, coupled with his charismatic energy, could galvanize younger players into adopting a more competitive, relentless mentality. Analysts also speculate that opposing defenses will have to completely rethink their schemes to counteract Hill's threat, potentially opening up opportunities for the entire offensive unit. Rumors suggest that training camp sessions have been electrified by his presence, with teammates reporting that every drill now carries an intensity previously unseen. The chatter isn't merely about statistics. It's about cultural transformation, a shift in identity for a team that has long chased a championship, yet never fully realized the potential of such game-changing acquisitions. Every angle points to one undeniable truth. Hill's presence is not just addition, it is revolution. Even casual observers are now tuning into the Eagles' media updates, drawn in by the magnetic narrative surrounding Hill's arrival, as if his signing has injected a new storyline into the very fabric of the NFL. Former players, commentators, and pundits have been weighing in, with many suggesting that this isn't just a strategic acquisition, but a symbol of Philadelphia's willingness to go all in on talent that can decisively influence outcomes. Rumors swirl regarding how the coaching staff plans to optimize his utilization, with speculative playbooks and hypothetical formations becoming trending topics on social media. Every practice, every media session, every interview is dissected with the lens of Hill's transformative potential, as fans envision touchdown runs, game-winning catches, and plays that could define legacies. There's talk of psychological impact as well, with opponents reportedly expressing anxiety over facing a player whose reputation precedes him, adding another layer of strategic advantage. Analysts emphasize that Hill's signing has ramifications beyond individual statistics. It could alter league-wide strategies, defensive schematics, and even contractual expectations for future elite wide receivers. The narrative has shifted from mere speculation to tangible excitement, with each day amplifying the perception that Hill's presence represents a defining epoch in the Eagles' storied history. The energy is undeniable, almost electric, as the franchise and its supporters collectively brace for what promises to be a thrilling, potentially historic era. Inside the organization, the mood is reportedly euphoric yet focused, with management, coaching staff, and players all aware that the acquisition of TYREEK Hill carries both opportunity and expectation in equal measure. Sources claim that meetings now center on leveraging Hill's unique skill set, analyzing defensive tendencies, and exploring innovative offensive alignments that could maximize his impact. The ripple effects are felt even in the scouting department, where analysts are recalibrating assessments of draft prospects, free agents, and complementary pieces who can integrate seamlessly with a Hill-centric strategy. Social media chatter reflects the same intensity, with fans dissecting every photo, highlight, and interview to project how this signing could redefine the team's identity on and off the field. Rumors even suggest that Hill's arrival has sparked friendly internal competition, motivating veteran players to elevate their performances and rookie athletes to step up in ways previously unforeseen. Analysts argue that the psychological boost, coupled with tangible talent, creates a dual advantage that could give the Eagles a decisive edge in close matchups. The excitement extends to city-wide anticipation, as Philadelphia residents begin envisioning playoff runs, high-stakes matchups, and signature moments that could cement Hill's legacy as the most impactful acquisition in franchise history. There is a sense that this signing is not merely transactional, but transformational, a moment that could echo throughout the NFL landscape for years to come. While the magnitude of TYREEK Hill's signing continues to dominate conversations, some commentators caution that the true impact will only be measurable through performance on the field, playoff success, and how seamlessly the team adapts around his explosive capabilities. However, even skeptics concede that acquiring a talent of Hill's magnitude is rare, a once-in-a-generation opportunity that the Eagles executed with precision, ambition, and vision. The excitement is magnified by the notion that Hill's arrival could alter not just the trajectory of the franchise, but also the perception of Philadelphia as a football powerhouse willing to make bold, headline-grabbing moves. Speculation now revolves around every matchup, with fans imagining defensive coordinators scrambling to contain Hill, imagining highlight reels that could define seasons, and projecting how this single signing might influence the careers of multiple teammates. Analysts also discuss the cultural impact, suggesting that Hill's work ethic, personality, and competitive fire could set a new standard within the locker room, fostering an environment where excellence is not optional but expected. The rumor mill thrives, with each insider comment, media snippet, and fan post amplifying the narrative. Ultimately, what began as a high-profile acquisition has morphed into a compelling story of ambition, strategy, and transformative potential, leaving everyone to wonder if TYREEK Hill is not just the best signing in Eagles history, but a catalyst for an entirely new chapter in the NFL. As the offseason progresses, speculation around TYREEK Hill's integration into the Eagles' offensive scheme continues to dominate discussions, with insiders hinting that his presence could redefine every facet of the team's strategy. Coaches are reportedly evaluating every formation, every snap, and every potential mismatch to capitalize on Hill's unprecedented speed and route-running precision. Rumors indicate that training sessions have taken on a heightened intensity, with teammates reportedly pushing themselves harder to match the energy and focus Hill brings to the field, creating a culture of relentless preparation. Analysts suggest that defensive coordinators across the league are already recalculating their schemes, anticipating Hill's ability to turn a single play into a game-altering event. Fans are captivated by leaked footage of practice highlights, viral discussions about potential touchdown combinations, and endless speculation on how his chemistry with the quarterback could evolve. Beyond on-field performance, insiders also hint at Hill's influence in shaping locker room dynamics, with his competitive drive and charisma inspiring both rookies and veterans to elevate their standards. The cumulative effect of these factors paints a picture of a franchise in the midst of transformation, where the signing of Hill is not merely a transaction, but a signal that the Eagles are positioning themselves for a sustained period of dominance in the league, sparking conversations that extend far beyond Philadelphia. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Media coverage has intensified as pundits and analysts debate whether Tyreek Hill's signing represents a paradigm shift for the Eagles, likening it to historical acquisitions that have altered the course of franchises across the NFL. Social media platforms are flooded with highlights, hypothetical scenarios, and predictive analyses of how Hill's abilities might be maximized in critical situations, from high-pressure fourth-quarter drives to deep play scenarios that could redefine playoff narratives. Sources claim that the front office is actively exploring ways to complement Hill's explosive talent, targeting supporting receivers, running backs, and offensive linemen who can operate in sync with his speed and agility. Rumors also suggest that Hill's influence extends beyond strategy, affecting the team's identity, marketing approach, and fan engagement, as his dynamic style has already generated a surge in merchandise sales, ticket demand, and national attention. Even opponents acknowledge the challenge, with defensive coordinators reportedly drafting contingency plans specifically to counteract Hill's game-breaking potential. Every analyst, every tweet, every fan post contributes to a growing narrative that this is not just a player acquisition, but a transformative cultural event. Philadelphia's streets, forums, and sports networks are alive with speculation, debate, and excitement, each reinforcing the perception that Hill's presence might usher in an era previously thought unattainable by Eagle supporters, further fueling the rumor mill that this is, indeed, the most consequential signing in franchise history. Rumors have even emerged about the psychological impact TYREEK Hill could have on both teammates and competitors, suggesting that his presence alone may alter how games are approached and executed. Sources indicate that players around Hill are reportedly feeling a renewed sense of urgency, competitiveness, and confidence, inspired by his work ethic and proven ability to change outcomes single-handedly. Analysts note that his signing could create cascading effects, influencing how opponents approach defensive alignments, blitz strategies, and coverage schemes, potentially forcing entire playbooks to be rewritten. Fans, meanwhile, are projecting moments of triumph and highlight reel plays, imagining Hill as the central figure in comeback victories, critical third-down conversions, and championship-defining moments. Media outlets continue to dissect every angle, from his previous statistical performances to projections for his synergy with quarterbacks, offensive coordinators, and other key players. Even former players have weighed in, praising Hill's explosiveness and suggesting that his presence could elevate Philadelphia's status within the NFL hierarchy. The rumor mill thrives on the narrative of transformation, where Hill's signing is not merely a transaction, but a catalyst for cultural, strategic, and psychological evolution within the team. With each passing day, speculation intensifies, leaving fans, analysts, and insiders alike contemplating the profound, long-term ramifications of this historic acquisition. Discussions have also centered on the potential legacy implications of TYREEK Hill joining the Eagles, with some insiders positing that this signing could define both the trajectory of the franchise and Hill's own career narrative. Rumors hint at an increased focus on personalized offensive schemes designed to maximize his explosive abilities, from stretch routes to deep field attacks, positioning him as the centerpiece of Philadelphia's offensive ambitions. Sources suggest that coaching staff are in constant consultation, mapping out plays that could exploit Hill's speed and adaptability while simultaneously forcing opposing defenses into reactive strategies. The excitement transcends tactical analysis, as fans and commentators alike speculate about signature moments, clutch plays, and career-defining performances that could immortalize Hill in franchise history. Analysts argue that the acquisition could spark an era of heightened competitiveness, inspiring teammates to elevate their skill sets while influencing how future player acquisitions are evaluated. Social media chatter amplifies this effect, with viral discussions, highlight projections, and fervent debates creating an ecosystem of anticipation and hype. Ultimately, the rumors converge on a singular idea. Hill's arrival is not just a high-profile signing, but a transformative event capable of reshaping the Eagles' identity, ambitions, and cultural footprint in ways that extend far beyond the confines of a single season or game. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.